going through some materials that I am using for this project. Some I did purchase from AC Moore, most I already had on hand. This cardboard box I scored for about $2 with my coupon, and I figured for only $2 I can definitely tweak this and make this work, and hopefully it transforms into a barn house. I bought this pick to make our field of crops out of and a pumpkin patch. And then I purchased a few wooden pieces here just so that my kids can paint and be involved. A scarecrow pick, although I think the sizing on that is off, that might be too big. A bale of straw from Dollar Tree as our hay. And then this birdhouse, I'm going to see if that'll work as a chicken coop or a chicken house. This white picket fence I did splurge on. That was $4, but I thought that was necessary. Moss, $1 from Dollar Tree, and these are also from Dollar Tree. This fabric of felt, this is 36 by 36, and I purchased this at AC Moore as well, and this is just to lay down as our foundation for grass, so that should work. And then other pieces of random felt that I did already have on hand. So some toys that I pulled out from our animals bin, Safari LTD barn animals. I have some Dollar Tree animals in there, and also like a knockoff Safari tube set that I bought from Walmart that did include that fence that you see there. Melissa and Doug train set as well, and I figured that maybe can look like horse stables, so we'll see if that works out, and just other wooden trays that I might end up using. Some fillers for sensory, some beans. I don't know if I'll end up using those, and just other things that I pulled from our recycling. So my teen daughter is helping me with this project, and here she is painting that cardboard house for me. And I did already, isn't she beautiful? I did already make a few cuts into the cardboard house, so just to make a door, and I cut out a window. I will not be gluing the roof to the body of the house, so this lid, just because I do like that the kids can easily remove that and use the inside of the barn house for play. Having finished painting the barn house all red, it felt a little flat to me. I think it needed dimension and depth, so I painted these popsicle sticks white to go ahead and hot glue onto the barn house and just give it more of that barn house detailing. Meanwhile, I kept Bella and Noah entertained by assigning them to paint the wagon and the chicken coop. So besides the white popsicle sticks, I also had Ilani add red popsicle sticks to the side of the barn house on top of the red paint, and that's just to give it a little bit more of that wood paneling detail or look. And just, I don't know, again, adding more texture and dimension here to the barn house. This train table or activity table is going to work as our display table, and I'm just adding that felt fabric. I'm draping it and tucking it in and over that blue paneling. So at this point, I have my foundation down and the biggest pieces on the table, and then I'm just placing other smaller pieces and mapping out my vision. I'm adding and removing and just rearranging, again, just playing around with it, and until I am content and my vision for the farm comes to life. This is when I start putting together our field of crops, and I do hot glue it down just because all the pieces won't stand on their own. I will say that before you start hot gluing anything to felt, that you do want to map everything out and be certain of your placement, because once you hot glue to felt, it is almost impossible to lift that back up. So here is the finished product, and Ilani really did help me in pulling this together so beautifully. Now this is what it looks like before adding the grammar cards. And this is what it looks like once Bella and Noah have done the labeling part of the grammar farm and added the grammar cards. So what exactly is a grammar farm? And this is just a soft method in introducing language, grammar, and parts of speech. So beginning off in your grammar farm, or I guess we can say the beginner part of using a grammar farm, would be as a labeling activity. Now it is suggested that for a pre-reader or even an early reader, that your cards are a picture and a word. Now you want your picture to be as close or realistic as possible as to the object that they are labeling. And again, this is just in setting up that pre-reader or early reader for success in the labeling activity. We began by labeling nouns with the grammar cards that have the black border. Now we are moving on to verbs. So Bella here is to find, identify, and label those actions among here in our grammar farm. And as you can see here, the verb grammar cards are in a red border. Next, we are working on building very short sentences with my early reader, and I did pull out our work mat, and I like this rug because there are lines to guide us in building our sentences and placing down our words, similar to lined paper. And in this resource, there is a conjunction word card, 2 article words, noun cards, and the verb cards. Building our short sentence here, we are starting off with an article word, which is the, moving on to noun, hen, and ending with the verb rest. Note that at this introductory point with my early reader, I am not concerned with capitalization or punctuation. So once we reach an intermediate level with my early reader, we can start labeling the parts of speech. And there is a symbol for each part of speech. So for the conjunction word and, it is a pink rectangle. For the 2 article words, the symbol is a blue triangle. For the noun, it is a black triangle. And for the verb, it is a red circle. So I do hope that you enjoyed this video of our DIY grammar farm and how we use it. I hope that you learned something, or at the very least that you took some inspiration today. So this awesome freebie resource of grammar cards and symbols will be linked down below, so be sure to check that out. And as always, thank you so much for showing me your love.